Book 2, Canto 10. The Kingdoms and Godheads of the Little Mind. A dwarf, three-bodied Trinity was her serf. First, smallest of the three, but strong of limb, a low brow with a square and heavy jowl, a pygmy thought needing to live in bounds, for ever stooped to hammer fact and form, absorbed and cabined in external sight, it takes its stand on nature's solid base. A technician admirable, a thinker crude, a riveter of life to habit's grooves, obedient to gross matter's tyranny, a prisoner of the moulds in which it works. It binds itself by what itself creates. A slave of a fixed mass of absolute rules, it sees as law the habits of the world. It sees as truth the habits of the mind. In its realm of concrete images and events, turning in a worn circle of ideas and ever repeating old familiar acts, it lives content with the common and the known. It loves the old ground that was its dwelling place, abhorring change as an audacious sin, distrustful of each new discovery. Only it advances step by careful step, and fears as if a deadly abyss the unknown. A prudent treasurer of its ignorance, it shrinks from adventure, blinks at glorious hope, preferring a safe foothold upon things to the dangerous joy of wideness and of height. The world's slow impressions on its labouring mind, tardy imprints almost indelible, increase their value by their poverty. The old sure memories are its capital stock. Only what sense can grasp seems absolute. External fact it figures as sole truth. Wisdom identifies with the earthward look, and things long known and actions always done are to its clinging hold a balustrade of safety on the perilous stair of time. Heaven's trust to it are the established ancient ways, immutable laws man has no right to change, a sacred legacy from the great dead past, or the one road that God has made for life, a firm shape of nature never to be changed, part of the huge routine of the universe. A smile from the preserver of the worlds, sent down of old this guardian mind to earth, that all might stand in their fixed changeless type, and from their secular posture never move. One sees it circling, faithful to its task, tireless in an assigned tradition's round. In decayed and crumbling offices of time, it keeps close guard in front of custom's wall. Or in an ancient night's dim environs, it dozes on a little courtyard's stones, and barks at every unfamiliar light as at a foe who would break up its home. A watchdog of the spirit's sense-railed house against intruders from the invisible, nourished on scraps of life and matter's bones, in its kennel of objective certitude. And yet behind it stands a cosmic might. A measured greatness keeps its vaster plan. A fathomless sameness rhythms the tread of life. The stars' changeless orbits furrow inert space. A million species follow one mute law. A huge inertness is the world's defense. Even in change is treasured changelessness. Into inertia revolution sinks. In a new dress the old resumes its role. The energy acts. The stable is its seal. On Shiva's breast is stayed the enormous dance. A fiery spirit came next of the three, a hunchback rider of the red wild ass. A rash intelligence leaped down lion-maned from the great mystic flame that rings the worlds, and with its dire edge eats at being's heart. Then sprang the burning vision of desire. 1,000 shapes it wore, took numberless names. A need of multitude and uncertainty pricks it forever to pursue the one on countless roads across the vasts of time, through circuits of unending difference. It burns all breasts with an ambiguous fire. A radiance gleaming on a murky stream, it flamed towards heaven, then sank engulfed towards hell. It climbed to drag down truth into the mire, and used for muddy ends its brilliant force. A huge chameleon, gold and blue and red, turning to black and grey and lurid brown, hungry it stared from a mottled bough of life to snap up insect joys, its favourite food. The dingy sustenance of a sumptuous frame, nursing the splendid passion of its hues. A snake of flame with a dull cloud for tail, followed by a dream brood of glittering thoughts. A lifted head with many tinged flickering crests, it licked at knowledge with a smoky tongue. A whirlpool sucking in an empty air, it based on vacancy stupendous claims. In nothingness born, to nothingness returned, yet all the time unwittingly it drove towards the hidden something that is all. Ardent to find, incapable to retain, a brilliant instability was its mark. To err its inborn trend, its native cue. At once to an unreflecting credence prone, it thought all true that flattered its own hopes. It cherished golden nothings born of wish. It snatched at the unreal for provender. In darkness it discovered luminous shapes. Peering into a shadow-hung half-light, it saw hued images scrawled on fancy's cave. Or it swept in circles through conjecture's night, and caught in imagination's camera bright scenes of promise held by transient flares. Fixed in life's air the feet of hurrying dreams, kept prints of passing forms and hooded powers, and flash images of half-seen verities. An eager spring to seize and to possess, unguided by reason or the seeing soul, was its first natural motion and its last. It squandered life's force to achieve the impossible. It scorned the straight road and ran on wandering curves, and left what it had won for untried things. It saw unrealized aims as instant fate, and chose the precipice for its leap to heaven. Adventure its system in the gamble of life. It took fortuitous gains as safe results. Error discouraged not its confident view, ignorant of the deep law of being's ways, and failure could not slow its fiery clutch. One chance made true warranted all the rest. Attempt, not victory, was the charm of life. An uncertain winner of uncertain stakes, instinct its dam, and the life-mind its sire, it ran its race and came in first or last. Yet were its works nor small and vain, nor null. It nursed a portion of infinity's strength, and could create the high things its fancy willed. Its passion caught what calm intelligence missed. Insight of impulse laid its leaping grasp on heaven's high thought, had hidden in dazzling mist, caught glimmers that revealed a lurking sun. It probed the void and found a treasure there, a half-intuition purpled in its sense. It threw the lightning's fork and hit the unseen. It saw in the dark and vaguely blinked in the light. Ignorance was its field, the unknown its prize.